What we're going to do is we're going to look at another way of solving, and this right here is solving using substitution. So with this way right here, we're going to be solving it algebraically. We're not going to be graphing it. How we're going to substitute is we're going to take one expression and we're going to plug it into another expression. So if we look at our example 1, we have y is equal to 2x minus 1. Since y is equal to 2x minus 1, we're going to plug it in for y in the other equation. So we have x plus, now instead of y, what we're going to do is we're going to replace it or substitute it for 2x minus 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the like terms, and we get 3x minus 1 equals 8. We're going to solve for x by adding 1, and we get 3x is equal to 9. Now what we're going to do is we're going to divide it by 3, and we get x is equal to 3. Now, we're not just solving for 1, we're solving for both x and y. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this 3 and we're going to plug it into one of the equations. So I'm going to plug it into this equation right here in for the x. So I have y equals 2, but what I'm doing is I'm substituting. Instead of an x, I'm putting a 3 minus 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. So my answer is an ordered pair, just like when we were graphing. And x comes first, so my answer is 3, 5. Let's look at letter B. What I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute. I'm going to take the x plus 4, and that right there is equal to y. So I'm going to plug it into y in the other equation. So now I'm going to rewrite the equation. 2x plus 3, but instead of a y, I'm now putting an x plus 4. I'm going to simplify this by distributing the 3 to each of the terms. 2x plus 3x plus 12 equals 7. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add my like terms. So I have 5x plus 12 equals 7. I'm going to subtract 12 on both sides, and I get 5x is equal to negative 5. Then I'm going to divide each side by 5. So x is equal to negative 1. Now remember, we're solving for x and y. So I'm going to take the negative 1, and what I'm going to do is I am going to substitute it in for the x in one of the equations. I'm going to pick the top one because it's easier. And so I get y equals, instead of an x, I'm putting a negative 1, and I'm adding 4, which gives me 3. Now my answer is an ordered pair, and the ordered pair is negative 1 and 3. Now looking at letter C. This time, if you're looking at it, x is equal to our expression. So we're going to take this right here, and like many of you are thinking, we're going to substitute it in for the x. So we're going to rewrite it to, we're going to put parentheses, and what we're going to do is we're going to replace the x. The x is 2y minus 3. So I get 4y minus 6 minus 4y equals 5. Now this one right here is a little bit different than the other ones, because if we're looking at it, we see that the y's cancel. And we're left with negative 6 and a 5. Now negative 6 doesn't equal 5, so our answer is going to be no solution.